Good morning, my angels. It is Thursday. Let's see, December the 10th. Today's Miss Solis' birthday. So if she is your teacher, your science teacher, wish her a happy birthday. Or if you're passing by to Miss Casanova or Miss Hamilton, Miss Stanley, wish her a happy birthday. All right, so let's go over today's assignment. Today we're going to be learning about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. So the question is, what I want you to understand is, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It's not considered a state. It's more of a territory. We have discussed in depth of how other countries, Europe, countries like England, France, Spain, they colonized in certain areas. And when they colonized, they picked up those territories. And though many of those locations aren't in fact states or countries, they are territories of certain countries. The Puerto Rico is actually a territory of the United States. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth about how that became and why. Okay, so you're going to watch this video on Puerto Rico just to get an understanding about what is going on with them and why they're not considered a state. Then we're going to review and analyze the information in each slide. For slides 6 and 8 on the links to watch each video. So you're going to click on the links to watch each video. As you watch the videos, analyze the questions that you're being asked. You will not physically answer these questions on the slides. The questions will be answered in your activity. So you're going to review them on the slides, but you will not answer them. You will answer them here. Okay? But just start thinking about how you're going to answer those questions. All right, so if you look at here, is the Commonwealth countries are independent countries who were once part of the British Empire. So remember when we talked about King George or help me out, King James, King Edward, all these, they all colonized, right? They all took over certain areas. Now, at one time, the British Empire, they owned Belize, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands. Sorry. The Antigua. Okay, so these here. All right, so these were part of the British Commonwealth. And then you have the French Guinea. So this is France. So remember, then we broke free, and then there was other wars in between, like the Mexican Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution. I mean, there are so many wars in between that kind of took away some territories from certain locations. And we will discuss that in class, okay? All right, so this is just to give you an idea. Just look at the map, analyze it, just so you have an idea of how these countries are spread out and whom they once belonged to. Okay, so there are 7 territories in the Caribbean are part of this list. So right here, Bermuda, the Turks, the British Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Montserrat. I don't know why I love that name. As a name, Montserrat. It's beautiful. And the Cayman Islands. So according to the UN, non-self-governing territories are defined as territories whose people have not yet attained a full measure of self-government. So these are non-self-governing territories. Okay, so Puerto Rico is considered the 51st state, or is it, right? So Puerto Rico has been a U.S. territory since it was acquired from Spain and treaty that ended with Spanish-American War. So this is one of those wars I was telling you about. Okay, today all Puerto Ricans are all U.S. citizens, but residents of the island can't vote in the presidential elections. So this is the part that makes so many people upset. They can vote in certain things, but they cannot vote in a presidential election. And that makes it very unfair to them. So we're going to learn about this because why is it that they don't have vote in Congress? So even though they have representatives, they don't have any say. So we will learn about that today. I really want you to come to class today because I want you to think about this, okay? And then these are some facts that I really want you to think about as you're answering those questions today. Go through all of these questions all of these facts, so that way it'll give you an idea. You may even use some of these as you analyze your question. So when you respond. So what I want you to do is, should the United States and Puerto Rico's government be prepared for possible hurricanes? Remember, you're just thinking about it. You're going to click on, if you click on this, a link will come up. Okay, if you click on this, see how you have the little hand? A link will come up, but you have to be on present mode. Okay, you will answer this in a bit. The same thing here. Should the people of Puerto Rico have to obtain their own survival measures? Think about that. Okay, watch this video and analyze the video with the response in your head on should they have to obtain their own survival measures? You know, some people might say yes, people say no, but for the most part, no, right? This is where government should help out. And it's a very sad situation. Again, look at the hand and you're going to be on present mode and the link is down here. You just can't see it. Okay. Oops. It's going to come up. Okay. See what it tried to do? All right. Okay. Let me go back. I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. All right, maybe this way. Sorry. And then did the governor of Puerto Rico do the right thing by resigning as governor? So this governor resigned, and he did he said some really ugly things about certain people. And word got around, social media, we're always tracking down. So watch this video, and you're going to see what he did. It was very sad, very sad. And I think that for the most part, he did the right thing by resigning. But watch it, okay? All right, so now we go back to our activity. So here's the introduction to Puerto Rico activity. Again, analyze it, okay? Watch those videos. Use the facts that I gave you. You're more than welcome to use those facts, okay? So based on what you learned, do you think Puerto Rico should become a U.S. state? Why or why not? So you're going to answer that here, okay? There's a STEM question for you there. This is for video 1. Should the United States and Puerto Rico's government be prepared for possible hurricanes? The United States should be prepared for possible hurricanes because the United States and or Puerto Rico, okay? All right, so there's your STEM. Should the people of Puerto Rico have to obtain their own survival measures? I believe that the people of Puerto Rico should. This is where you're going to answer. And video 3. Did the governor of Puerto Rico do the right thing by resigning as governor? I believe that the governor of Puerto Rico, and then you tell me whether you agree or disagree. Okay? Again, use all the facts that are provided for you on that list and the videos. All right, my angels. I will see you in a bit. I'm looking forward to this conversation. See you in a bit.